Carol, how you doing? Welcome.
Hey, welcome. I knew Carol would
Welcome
be
from
here.
YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Carol. It came right on as the climax of this main event. So, of course, it would.
Getting everything ready. All right. Give people time to get in if they want to.
Yeah. Carol, how's your night going?
Oh, man. What a day. What a day.
I'm
Well,
assuming
Brian, how
that
was your week, my man?
my week was good. Yeah, I had a good week. Good weekend. Real chill weekend,
It's awesome.
Yeah. Went and just kind of enjoyed the nightlife, as they say, Friday night. That was fun. But pretty chill, definitely a chill Sunday. So it was good.
That's awesome. Yeah, mine was very, very busy. Also, Carol, you'll have to let us know if our audio is good or bad or however it sounds.
Yes.
Um, Yeah, man, I didn't really do much. Well, I say that I did a lot. Friday night had the musical madness karaoke night, which was really fun. It's kind of crazy, honestly. There's a ton of people there, and then just had work all weekend. Saturday went to karaoke, played a bunch of chess. That was fun. Brought my uh brought my board out, and that was fun.
Nice.
Played a little bit, and
Hell yeah.
yeah, man, just pretty casual.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. I was there for a little bit of that musical madness. It was fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah. Now I don't know how much of a delay there is, so because Carol's comment just came up.
Right. No
Did you hear?
clue.
No,
No
well,
clue, but that's okay.
yeah,
That's
we'll figure
okay.
out the
We'll
kinks. It's the first
yep.
live, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Carol might be the only one in here the whole time, which is fine. That's okay. That's
Hey, that's
okay.
fine.
At least she
There could be
knows
no.
wrestling, so she's gonna comment on some stuff. So
Heck yeah.
that's good. And I'm guaranteeing
Heck yeah.
she doesn't care if we're kind of like, delaying a little bit of the start here because I guarantee she's watching this too. Watching the ending of this. It's pretty
That's
much
awesome.
over though right now, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Roman just won. He did it all on his own. Nobody came out. That's good.
See,
I
that's what.
mean, no
Yeah.
shenanigans. There shouldn't have been shenanigans there. He's beyond that, to be honest. Like Roman had all that, the bloodline, when it was like strong and going. Um, and that was how he won every time. So now he's kind of on a different arc where he's got to be better, right? He has to be better,
Yeah.
and he in order to be the best, he's got to start winning on his own, and that's exactly what he just did. He extinguished the only person he couldn't beat. So, and he did it without
Yeah.
help. So that's good for him. Good for him. All we can start whatever you want. I know that unless something crazy happens, this is probably the end of it. So if something crazy
Yeah.
happens, I'll hear it and I'll let you know what's going on. So.
Yeah. You guys are seeing our live. Well, Brian's live reaction. I'm a broke boy, so I don't
Yeah.
have it here, but to WWE SummerSlam, which is kind of the topic of our episode today.
Yeah.
Well, Carol, we're very grateful that you're here. That's for sure. I know I am. So, all
Yes.
right.
Yes. Thank you for joining us today.
All right. Well, Brian, what do you think? We want to go ahead and get this thing going here.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can definitely
All
get
right.
started here.
All right, y'all. So, welcome to the last real podcast. My name's Edward, and I'm joined by my co-host Brian, aka Taco Cat. Um, we talked a little bit at the beginning of the stream, just kind of how we've been doing this week, how we've been doing this weekend. So, check that out, of course. But yeah, so in today's episode, we're going to talk about WWE SummerSlam, which just concluded actually at the time of this recording. And yeah, so we're going to get into that. We're going to get into both mine and Brian's top 10 wrestlers of all time. And Oh, heck yeah. Sorry. I got the live chat going here, so we're I'm a
You
little
know,
bit back and forth, but
I was gonna say maybe one of these days, when if we're both off, we'll actually live, we'll live react, an entire PLE or something, one of these
I'm
days. We'll
absolutely
see,
down. I'm down to do that. I could bring my laptop and
Yeah,
stream it. Absolutely, yeah.
yeah,
We can
definitely
make that
will.
happen easy.
That's right. That's right.
Well, good, Carol. We appreciate you being here with us to join us for our live reactions here and listen to us yap about some wrestling. That's actually a big reason Brian and I became friends, as we started talking about wrestling. So
Yeah.
special place in my heart, or both of our hearts for sure.
Oh yeah.
But
It's
all right, well,
it's a passion, and you'll see it come out here just in something as simple as what we're about to do. So it'll be good.
all right. I guess without further ado, well, let's go ahead and get into our top 10 wrestlers of all time. So we'll start with mine first, and I'll just I'll start talking about my 10, and then we'll just kind of have a conversation. And if
Yeah.
anybody in the chat wants to throw in some comments too, this is an open discussion, so we'd love to have you join us in discussion too. So, all right. Well, with that being said, let's get her done. So, my top 10 wrestlers of all time. And this list, I put the 10, like my top 10's pretty set, but the order in which I put them kind of has changed over the years. So we're gonna start with my number 10 wrestler of all time, and it's actually kind of funny because he's kind of relevant right now. So my number 10 is Seth Rollins. Just lost to Roman at SummerSlam. But man, I so to me, Seth Rollins is like the epitome of WWE. Like him and The Miz are like WWE. I guess John Cena, but like right now, you got Rollins and Miz. And to me, I've always watched WWE, never watched anything else. Um, so we oh man, Kara, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully it heals pretty quick for well, I guess it's chronic, so it's not gonna heal quickly, but hopefully the big pain right now goes away pretty soon. Um, but yeah, as you see, I have ADHD real bad, so I'm going to be back and forth. It's
No,
chaotic,
you're
but
good. Don't forget to pull it up into the chat too while you respond to it. That way, other people can see what we're talking about. Otherwise, they won't know what we're talking about.
yeah,
Most of them.
you're
So,
so right. You're so
but
right.
by the way, just real quick, the last thing that happened was they were both sitting in the opposite corners and looking at each other. Roman got up, put the fist down, like Shield, put the fist down in front of in the ring. Seth took a minute to think about it, got up, put his fist in there. Apparently, beef is squashed. They're good. So there you
Good.
go.
It's about time.
That's didn't think I'd ever see it, to be honest. They hated each other
Yeah,
for so long, so that was a cool little moment. So anyway,
awesome.
yeah, no,
It's only
Seth's good. As far as being on your list, if this was a different list, if this was like top 10, not our favorites, but like best in ring performers, Seth Rollins would no doubt be on my list of that.
yeah,
So, 100% would be on that. So,
yeah.
I
I he's
yeah,
just
I
he's
love
so
Seth
funny to
Rollins.
me,
So, oh yeah, yeah, no,
and I just
Seth
yeah,
is great. Seth's great. He's really good on the mic. I mean, he's kind of got a little bit of everything. He's great on the mic. He can continue a feud. He's funny. He's really done just about everything. He's one of those that you can even like him as a heel, and that's when they're good is when you can like him as a babyface or a heel. So,
yeah,
no, Seth's a great choice to be on there.
absolutely. And he's so annoying, but he's just so funny. He's
Oh
just
yeah,
so funny to me. And
I
I don't know,
agree.
I
I
love it.
agree.
And I so like when back in 20 like when the Shield debuted back in like 2012, 2013 time, that's like when I was getting back into wrestling again. And
Mm-hmm.
I hated the Shield at the beginning because we'll get later, we'll see a little bit more, but I hated him. And I don't know, they just grew on me, and then he turned and I hated him again. And then I don't know, man, just through all of his antics, I kind of fell in love with the guy. He's so funny to me. Um, but for sake of time, we'll keep her moving here.
All
Um,
right.
Number 9, Rob Van Dam. This guy, like when I was growing up, again, you'll see the time frame of a lot of my favorite wrestlers here are very similar time frames. Um, he was fast. He was always that guy. He was always the baby face. Him and John Cena were like the guys. Um, and he just ever Rob Van Dam. Like you can't
Yeah.
tell me you never wouldn't always be doing that.
Oh yeah,
You would
yeah. So
always
like
be doing that.
back in the ECW days, man, I remember watching. I was probably hell ECW days. I mean, that's high school days for me. Maybe even before that, when ECW was really big and RVD was big then. And
Yeah.
man, he was like a pillar of ECW, and he was great at what he did. Really good in the ring. And he's just one of those guys that like you hear the music hit and he gets instant pop whenever anywhere he's
Yeah.
at. Doesn't matter where he's at. Yeah, doesn't matter. He's had the same music uh, for as long as I can remember, and he'll never change that because I don't think he wrestles anymore. But he does. I know he doesn't wrestle anymore, but he does make like appearances at places sometimes. So
He does. And it's I don't know, man. And like for me, like he's just always been that cool, like that cool dude, you know what I mean? Like, what up, man? Like, I don't know. Just I've always vibed with him a lot. Great growing up, especially. So yeah, RVD is my number 9. All right.
nice.
Moving to number 8. I want to do the woo, but obviously that would kill people's ears. So I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, Ric Flair, man. So he's the one that is like slightly a different era. Because obviously, like I was born in 1994, so like
Yeah.
I never knew WCW, Ric Flair, NWA. I never knew him. I just knew him as the
Right.
old dude in Evolution, right?
Yeah.
But
Yep.
um, but his antics just cracked me up. Brian, you want to talk more? His ECW
Uh,
days were wild. I've seen a lot of like clips and stuff. I just haven't never gone
oh
back and
yeah.
watched it.
No.
Going back to
Yeah.
Rob Van
So
Dam.
yeah. No. So his ECW days were when she means wild, like because I mean obviously ECW was Extreme Championship Wrestling, so it was all essentially it was basically all hardcore matches, and so him having all these matches with like Sabu and Tommy Dreamer and all those guys, and even Mick Foley. Before he went to WWE, he was he was in there, and it's just I mean he had phenomenal matches that were just brutal matches in ECW. So probably why he is the way he is now. He's probably got a little CTE from all those dang hardcore matches. But no, it was wild for sure.
Yeah, I remember doing 5-star frog splashes on my trampoline to my pillows on the trampoline when I was a kid.
He had one of the best, man. He had one of the best, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was awesome. But yeah, going back to Ric Flair, man, he was just like I hated him. I just hated him so much, you know what I mean? Like again, because he was a heel and he was just a bastard, right? He was a piece of
Right,
shit. He was
right.
just
Oh
terrible,
yeah,
but he
and
was so funny.
uh, obviously no spoilers alerts or anything, but he's definitely on my list. So I'll do more talking about him whenever he comes up on my list.
Like, yeah,
I think
yeah,
we have
man.
a couple that are like that. So I'll speak on what I think about Ric Flair whenever here in a little bit.
All right. Plus, like,
Yep,
you know,
Four
like
Horsemen.
the Nate, yep, the four horsemen putting up the fours. Just like you don't even know who Ric Flair is, and you could not know who he is, and the woo is just such
Yeah,
like a popular thing, right? Like,
it's everywhere, man. It's
yeah,
it's it's always been everywhere, and it always will be. Um, he's probably the next one that will really affect me that day when he passes because he's getting
yeah,
close. And he almost
yeah,
did once already, and he was in the hospital and somehow made it out, but he's close, and that's going to be a really sad day because I
yeah.
remember when I was a kid watching him. It was great, but like I said, I'll speak more on that in a little
Yeah.
bit.
Love me some Nature Boy. All right, so we're
Love
gonna
it.
move to number 7, and my number 7 favorite is Edge or Adam Copeland in AEW now. I don't watch AEW, so I can't speak much to his
Right.
time now.
I had to put that on there just because you never know. There could be somebody listening now that that's all they watch is AEW. Who knows?
That's
You know, you
true.
never know.
That's true.
But
And
he'll always be Edge to me.
yep, it just will, man. I like just a few moments that to me like I never got to watch the pay-per-views growing up. I just couldn't afford them, and I didn't really start watching them until the network and then Peacock, when it really became accessible. And I just remember, so I would watch weekly all the time, and a very special moment for me, and like one that I still tear up when I watch, because I go back and watch Royal Rumbles in general, and I'm talking about Royal Rumble 2010. Um, I love going back and watching him, and when he returned, oh my gosh,
What in
he
like
was supposed to
20?
be
What was it?
gone, man.
2020? What was it? Like 2022
No, no, no.
or?
I'm talking about 2010. I'm talking well that one
Oh,
too,
oh,
but
oh, yeah, yeah.
2010 when he returned and threw
Okay,
Chris
yeah,
Jericho
yeah.
out.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
oh my
Okay, I got you.
gosh. Like I still get tears watching that. Same with 2021, I think it
I think
is.
it was right around that time where he appeared in Royal Rumble or whatever that
Yeah,
then as
when he
well,
came
and
back.
no one knew he was coming back, and he had that neck injury or whatever it was that he's supposed to be out forever for career. He wasn't supposed to come back, so
Yeah.
that's pretty great. I mean,
But between him,
Edge has always been. He's not in my top 10, but man, he's close because Edge is another one of those guys that like, man, whenever I was younger watching him like live, I never liked him. It was one of those guys. He was one of those guys that he just pissed me off, man. Never liked him. And then as I got older and I started like realizing more and on the heel aspect, unbelievable, man. Yeah, right. She's a big FTR fan in AEW, and Edge and Christian took the titles from him.
that's funny.
But yeah, and I don't watch a whole lot of AEW. I do kind of know what's going on, but I don't watch a ton of it. I just see kind of I watch a guy that listens to it, you know, and or that does like a review on it and stuff like that. And that's pretty much how I know. But no, yeah, I mean Edge is awesome. When you go back and actually watch, he was one of the greatest heels, you know, in that
Oh,
era. Um,
yeah.
I even like appreciate his Brood days, man. When he was with the Brood, and uh, then like seeing him come out for PLEs or whatever it was. I think it may have even been WrestleMania where he like came out with the Brood music and the
Hmm.
blood coming out of his mouth and stuff, and then it hit Edge's music after that. But it was like really cool, man. Edge is awesome.
Yeah,
So
and just a super iconic theme too. Like I love his theme
yep,
song and like
yep.
the TLC
Metalingus.
matches. Just oh my goodness, man. Like
Oh man, him and the Hardys,
just
man. When Edge and Christian and him and the Hardys were going at it, that was like peak tag team wrestling.
yeah.
For like, I mean, that was peak. There hasn't been tag team wrestling quite like them when they were feuding. It was great. So
Yeah. No, I
hats
agree.
off to Edge.
Yeah, man. I love them. All right, number six. Booyaka Booyaka 619.
Ah,
I love me some Rey Mysterio, man. And the fact he's still doing what he's doing at his age now, like it's just, man, it's phenomenal. Phenomenal.
yeah,
Phenomenal.
no joke. Rey Mysterio. Yeah, Carol. I know I need to. I think I have a problem with like where it's at, and I just I don't know. I'll be watching Monday and Friday and Tuesday. So if I have to watch AEW, I got to watch Wednesday, and it's like it takes up every day of my week. And I mean,
Saturdays,
if
you
that
got
was
kick on
like
there.
you know, if that was my job to like watch these and then making money doing this right here or something, it was like that would be something, and that'd be different. Like these guys have the time to do it. It's hard to watch every single one of them. So and not only that, but their pay-per-views are like 7 hours long, like no joke. They have like 12 to 15 matches and they're 7 hours long. I'm like, golly, that's a lot. It's crazy. But anyway, back to Rey Mysterio. I never was a Rey Mysterio fan. I know that's a hot take here, for me. I was just wasn't, man. I like the underdog story to an extent, but for what they did with him most of the time was so unbelievable. It was beyond, like, even as a kid, I was like, okay, this guy's gonna beat the Big Show. This doesn't make sense. Like, there's just no way that's possible. But but they had him beat the Big Show, and it's like, and then I think he beat Kane, and I don't know if he ever beat the Undertaker. I think he might have, but either way, he was like the giant slayer as this
Yeah.
little tiny 5 foot whatever, and but I will respect him 100%, 100% respect him because he was wrestling in the freaking 90s. Like, we're
Yeah.
talking the 90s he was wrestling without his mask on, too. He didn't even put the
Yep.
mask on until, like, later in. So he was wrestling without the mask, everything, and was just the fact that in 2026 he still wrestles is unbelievable. Like, think of, like, LeBron James in the NBA still freaking playing to the day. And
Oh my
he started when I graduated high school, and I'm like, the dude's still playing in the NBA. That's Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio is like, and he still looks good. Like, he doesn't look like
Yeah.
he doesn't look like that he can't go. He is the GM of AAA right now, which is cool that they made him the GM down there of AAA. So that's kind of fun. But yeah. Well, Carol, I mean, Rey Mysterio is old school technically. Maybe not early 90s, late 80s type old school, but
And that is where my age shows a little bit. Like, so I was born in 94, I'm 32. Um, Ray was like big when I was like that age, like prime time. And you'll see it again a lot in my next 5 picks here. You will see that I very much am more of the old or newer. Now I
yeah.
really respect and like I've known and heard of older wrestlers and I've like seen them, but it's not me. I do now. I
Well,
There are a few on here that like so the Attitude Era, right? Like I wasn't
yeah. Right.
wrestling like
You
that.
you
That's
un,
where I
you
started.
unfortunately did not get to see the Attitude Era, which was the
Yeah,
best era of all of wrestling. Like, you missed the best era, unfortunately, but that's okay. I mean, you got the ruthless aggression era, pretty much,
yeah.
is when you kind
No,
of started.
all
So,
of it, all of it. Yeah,
oh yeah,
like
all of it. So
I remember when John Cena premiered. Like I remember that
yeah,
happening. I
when he
watched
came
it
out
live.
to Kurt Angle, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was
But anyway,
great.
we're getting
That was, yeah.
a little
Move
off
on. Yeah,
topic here.
move.
We'll move forward
Let's.
here. We could definitely get to that later because we'll see that
Oh
on
yeah.
here. But anyway, number 5. So this is where I kind of stray a little bit. AJ Styles. So I, growing up, I watched WWE all the time, and then in prime TNA, I would watch TNA when it was on Spike. I would throw it on. I think it was Thursday nights or something, and AJ Styles was the guy. Him, Samoa Joe, um, Abyss,
Yep.
uh,
Impact Wrestling right there.
yeah,
What
Robert
TNA
Roode.
TNA now, but Impact back then. Great.
No, it was TNA. It was TNA then too.
It was TNA
It
Impact, I
was
think. I
TNA.
think it was
Then
both.
it went to Impact. Then it
Okay.
came back to TNA.
I got you. Okay. Okay. There you go. Yep. That's
And I
true.
agree
That's true,
100%.
Carol.
Yep.
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 Agree with that.
I so yeah, AJ Styles. So I knew him from TNA actually. Back in
Yep.
like I'm talking like '05, '04. Like I watched TNA honestly more than I watched WWE, which is crazy, but it was just easier. Like it was one night I'd put it on and it just happened to me when I was free. But this guy, and back then he's way different than he is now. He would jump around, he would do
Oh
these
yeah.
crazy moves, be in the X division, like just crazy. And then
He,
I stopped watching him because I stopped watching TNA. And then he went on to New Japan and did everything there. And I didn't know anything about any of that till like 3 years ago.
oh yeah.
And and um, then when he came to WWE, I remember watching the Royal Rumble that he premiered.
Yeah. Yep. That was a cool moment because that was another one where I did not see him come. Like, there was no spoilers of saying he was going to be in the Rumble, and
Yeah.
so I didn't know until I heard the music, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's AJ Styles! Holy shit!" he made it. He made it
Yeah,
to
and I mean,
WWE.
and he was like the one that it was like, oh my God. Like that'd be
Yeah,
like now if MJF came to WWE, in my opinion.
yeah,
I do know who MJF is, but he's like, am I saying that right?
right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He
You are.
is he is AEW. Like if you
Oh
think
yeah,
about it. I guess technically it'd be like Kenny Omega doing it, I guess if you think about it. But like
yeah.
so it was just like so crazy at the time. And I remember it being crazy. But yeah, he's awesome, phenomenal in ring worker, which to me isn't the most important thing, but I enjoy the art. So when it's done well, I very much enjoy watching it. But that's not the end all be all for me ever.
Right, right. I'll
Yeah,
give more. He's on my list, so I'll give more whenever we get to that. I think I only had two on my list that was the same as yours, and this is one of the other ones. So
yeah.
I'll keep my comments to myself here as we move on.
Sounds good. But we'll move forward here. Number 4, Randy Orton.
I mean,
I yeah.
and I mean,
That's gotta be the wait.
it's out of nowhere. So,
Do that.
like
We got
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna make this the thumbnail.
You gotta
All right,
do it. You
perfect.
gotta do it right. Um, yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
man.
Tell me about why he's on
Oh,
your top 10 because
oh my
I
God.
love me some Randy. So
So it's kind of funny when you see my number one and then you see my whole other list because it's like they're kind of his counterparts. That's a little spoiler there. But I
right,
don't know,
right.
man. It's just I think it's they were just so he was so engraved in my brain, like into my life in that my
Hmm.
WWE time because he was always there.
Yeah.
Like, and he was just that asshole. Like, you just
Oh,
wanted him to like fail miserably, but he was always just a snake. I
yeah.
mean, yeah, he's a snake,
He
you
w-
know? He's the
he
Viper.
t- he to me is one of the greatest heels ever in WWE. Like unbelievable heel. He's great all around. But and honestly, as in his later years, right now, with him being a babyface, kind of, he was kind of funny too. You know, like he had the sense of humor that could get people laughing and all that. But man, when he first was in Evolution and then he turned, and he was basically you know when he was the Legend Killer, that was like the greatest time in Randy Orton's career, in my opinion. The Legend Killer moments, like he was so good at just being the bad guy and everyone hating him. Everyone hated
Yep.
Randy, and this was
Just
around the
everyone.
time. Yeah, this was around the time where I started to really like the heels more.
Yeah.
Like obviously as a kid, you love baby faces because they just get you happy and all that. But as you get older, you start to understand. Okay, all right, heel work is just it's not everybody can do heel work, and be
Yeah.
good at it. And Randy made you hate him, like hated him, at times. And I mean, when he was punting people, I mean, all that stuff, you're just like, don't punt it. He's gonna punch your favorite
Yeah.
wrestler, and you're like, don't do it. And
Yep.
then he'd do it. And I mean, it's Randy will always be, even though he's not in my top 10, he'll always be one of my favorites for sure.
Yeah. And as of right now, this stream, he just attacked Cody Rhodes last night at SummerSlam, which we'll get a little
Yeah,
more into later in the episode. But
thank
um
God he's back, man. We needed him back for
ah,
sure.
God, I love Randy. All
Yeah.
right. When it rated RKO were a thing, that
Oh
was like
yeah.
a dream for me.
Oh, I
A
bet.
dream
Yeah. Yeah.
like a dream hate watch, but like it's crazy. Like my opinions have changed over time of these guys. Of like it makes me love them more. Of like
Yeah.
how much I hated them. Of just like oh shit, they were actually doing so good of a job.
Right.
Like
Right.
they're doing a great job, and I feel like I appreciate that more now than I did then for sure.
Yeah.
All right, number 3, got to be the Undertaker. I mean, one of the guys that I have definitely that's been on the longest. I mean, the streak like was phenomenal. Just I always watch SmackDown and I just can never get out of my head Teddy Long going, "You got yourself a match with the
With the
Undertaker."
Undertaker. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Taker
Me too,
is one of
Carol.
those. Taker's one of those that like I recognize him as one of the greatest wrestlers in all of WWE and all of wrestling.
Yeah.
And he never really was my favorite. I never saw him that way. But again, another one of those that I respect enough to say that he was a pillar, of wrestling growing up. Once you got to like, the even the late '90s and then into the Attitude Era and all that, like he was
Yeah.
a pillar for wrestling for so many years, and so I respect everything that he did, and he was great for the business. And honestly, right now he's killing it. He's killing it as the creative lead in AAA. I mean, AAA has just been unbelievable, and he's doing a great job down there
That's
in
awesome.
being the creative lead on that. And so
Yeah.
I love some Taker. And
And
honestly,
I'm just
since we're on Taker, one of my greatest moments ever watching wrestling was watching him in his Hell in a Cell match with Mankind, and him just throwing him off the fucking Hell in a Cell. That was when Mick Foley's tooth went through his lip, and
oh,
and Mankind like legit finished the match with the tooth through his lip, and like also they were on top of the cage, and Taker choke slams him, and the cage breaks, and he like free falls all the way to the mat. Like those matches will forever live with me. And Taker's in those, so it's like he was a part
yeah.
of that. His Hell in a Cell with Shawn Michaels was unbelievable. He had a couple of matches that were unbelievable with Shawn Michaels. So
Yeah.
yeah, so Taker's definitely in
Yeah.
my history. You know,
And I mean, I
so
love like I have like every version of Taker. Like American Badass. Like
yeah, yeah,
one of like I just remember playing like wrestling video games and getting to be on the bike and drive like SmackDown versus Raw, getting to
yeah. Oh
drive the
yeah,
bike
yeah.
around and like taking people out. Like to me, that was just like peak for me. Like I loved that era. And just every version of him, just phenomenal. When he lost to Lesnar at 30, like I was devastated.
Oh yeah. Everybody in that arena was devastated.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the biggest swerves in all of wrestling. Like no one expected that
I still
because
don't think
like
they should have done it.
because going through all of like his opponents that he had, like you knew the streak was continuing, but then you got a sense of like, well, HBK can definitely do it, and so like you're watching him and you're like, they give you that sense. They put on such a good show and put on such a good story in the ring that you actually believe that HBA can get it done, or you actually believe that Triple H can get it done when he was facing him. And it was like, these are people that you actually believe are going to do it. Um, I, I should have known that they were going to do something like that because they just they want that shock factor, and I should have known because obviously they always build Brock Lesnar up to be one of the most unbeatable people, and then of course it was later in Taker's career too, much later. So it's like he's getting older, and so I should have seen it coming, but I damn sure didn't see it coming. And I'm usually pretty good at predicting, and I never saw
Yeah.
that coming. It gave me a
Yeah.
shocked face, just like everybody else in the arena. So yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, whether it was the good right call or not, I don't think it was, but we're talking about it in 2026. So to WWE, it was the right call because you'll always talk about it forever. If it ever comes up and somebody's like, "Hey man, it's 2045. Hey, who broke the Taker's WrestleMania streak?" Everyone's gonna say Brock Lesnar, even 20 years after he retires, because
Yeah.
it was such a big moment, and that's why it happened. That's why they pulled the trigger on doing that. Whether it was right or wrong, who knows? That's
That's
for
true.
others. Others to think. But it's business wise, it was. I guess I mean it was the right call. But anyway, we can move on past
Yeah.
Taker.
Yep. All right. Number two. So CM Punk. I again, it's very contradictory to who my favorite is, but I don't know, man. Again, these were the guys
It's
that I watched, and Carol
it's the
talked about it
era.
earlier.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the era.
Um, Pulling this one back up, comment from earlier, like it's just they were on my TV every week when I was in it,
Mm-hmm.
and I've definitely way more fallen in love with CM Punk more recently than
Okay.
like if you would have asked me 4 years ago, he would not have been on my list.
Okay. All right.
Um, but just everything with him coming to like I fought like when he came to AEW, I tuned in. Not like weekly, but I follow
You,
some accounts
yeah,
that talked about it, and I
yeah,
was there but not, you know, because of CM Punk. Um,
right.
I literally cried when he came back at
Oh yeah, when he can't
Survivor
W.
Series a few years
Yes,
ago.
yep.
I literally cried because not only did Randy Orton come back that night, number 4,
Right.
CM Punk also came back. And I mean, literally, I just like go to sleep.
Yeah.
Funny enough, going back to the 2010 Royal Rumble when he does his the Sermon on the Mount thing.
His pipe bomb.
No, 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 his sermon in the Royal
Oh,
Rumble
oh,
when
okay, yeah,
he
yeah,
would
yeah.
eliminate people, and then he was going like every
Yes,
phase of CM Punk, like even back in '06 when he was the ECW champion and he came into
yep.
ECW, and like I was just fascinated with him, his
He
music,
was,
his
yeah.
ability,
His
his
original music was great. It was, I mean, it was just some hard rock music, but at that time you didn't have a whole lot of wrestlers that had that, you know, like that. And so like, you know, that was great, and a throwback to it every now and then. I like to listen to it because it's a throwback, you know. And then of course whenever John Cena, you know, won the title, and then uh, freaking you know, his music hits when his music hit, um, for it was like nobody knew that was him because there wasn't no spoilers that he changed his music, you know. And so like
yeah,
when it hit, you're like, oh shit, okay, I like this. And then Punk walks out with the title as well, and you had that moment where they both were champions because it was after he had walked out, you know, with the title. So they had to
yeah,
put, anyway, that stuff was great. Punk. So here's the thing. Back then in that time frame, I'm actually the opposite of you, where I actually loved Punk. Like he was number one, 100% number one on my favorites list when like all of his before he left WWE. Right. I still like CM Punk. I love to watch him on the mic. He's one of the best ever on the mic. I love watching him wrestle too. I mean, he's great. And the but I now it's not as much as it used to be. You know, like I don't see him the same as I saw him back then. For whatever reason, doesn't mean I don't like. I love CM Punk. I want him to win majority of his matches. I love hearing him. Yeah, cult of personality. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. It's obviously a iconic you know, entrance music. So I don't know how I could think of it, but yes, that's loved cult. Still love cult of personality.
it's so good. And our buddy Michael S,
Shout out
shout
to our
out.
brother Michael. I was gonna say shout out to Michael there, who loves to perform that in karaoke. It's great. I love it when he does it. Um, but yeah, no, I love Punk. Always will. Even in his heel days when he was like had like the Nexus faction and he was leading them, you wanted to hate him so much because he was such a smug prick. You know, like when he had the Nexus and golly, but he was so good at it, so good at it. And so,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
you just couldn't hate him. That was my thing. Is
right,
like I
right,
wanted to
right.
hate him so bad, and I'll use it
Yeah,
as a segue into my
number
favorite
one.
wrestler. And it's probably cliche and blah 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 blah, tomatoes tomatoes, but John Cena's number 1. I mean,
Who
what
I
can I
can't see
say?
him. What's on the screen? It's just blank. I don't see anything. I just see
Oh,
I just
is
see
it?
I just see I just see the wrestling ring. I got him. I got it. Come
Dang
on,
it, you got
come
me good.
on. You can't see
I
him.
I was I thought something was wrong with the stream, so I was like, "Oh
Yeah, I
no!"
know.
Like I immediately went into, "Oh God, what do I need to do to fix it?"
Right,
And it
right,
went
right.
right over my head. Yeah, I mean, he's the goat. I mean, you know, obviously that's debatable, but like did it for so long. He did. Obviously, he wasn't the best in-ring worker, but I don't give a fuck. I
Right.
mentioned it before. That is not important to me. He was like, I wore jorts when I was a kid. Like I was a Cena kid.
Yeah. Hell
Um,
yeah.
I
Um,
hate how the heel turn went. It pissed me off that it wasn't better.
yeah, right. Yeah.
Um,
It was
but
lackluster for sure.
you know, it is what it is.
He wanted it. He wanted that, you know, right? He wanted the heel turn, and he was all for it. Yeah, it didn't really hit like it probably could have. I do like that he was like trying to do complete opposite of what he basically has been his whole career, and he's like, "Fuck it, it's gonna be the most boring wrestling you're ever gonna see." And like I actually kind of like dove into it a little bit and was like, "This is gonna be the worst match we've ever seen at Mania because Cena wants it to be the worst that's ever been at Mania." Like even people are going to be pissed about it. And it's like, this is the playing into the story that they're trying to tell, But anyway, no, John, he is one of the greatest of all time, if not he's up there. Just because of sheer numbers of title wins, as well as one of the best ever on the mic ever. Like, I mean, there was times where he would flat out, he was so good on the mic that like if you weren't that good on the mic, he was about to destroy you. And not only destroy you, but he was going to probably ruin your career, because if you weren't good on the mic, he would destroy you enough that like you couldn't recover from it. In fact, he basically destroyed Roman. I didn't think Roman was going to recover from it until the Bloodline days, because he destroyed Roman on the mic early on in Roman's, like when he broke away as the big dog, and he was just terrible. Cena tore him up to the point where he basically was speechless. Like he couldn't talk. Like he had nothing to say. So Cena could do that, and he was so good. There's like, few wrestlers back in the day that you could say are the greatest of all time and actually not be that good in the ring, right? I mean, if we want to get down to it, The Rock wasn't even that good in the ring, right? He wasn't, but he was so polarizing as a character that it didn't matter. Hulk Hogan was terrible. About John Cena. Yeah, Hulk Hogan was terrible as a wrestler in the ring. He was not good. He was not a good wrestler, and he was a polarizing character outside of the ring. Not very many people. It's true. 100% would bury you. Yeah, that was Cena. And yeah, like I said, you had to be good on the mic. If you weren't good on the mic, then you were going to get buried. And I would have been terrified. I don't care to be in the ring with him trying to cut a promo, in his early days, because in his early days, he didn't really care too much. Like obviously in his last few years, like the retirement stuff, like he would bury you, but he also wanted you to succeed. Like he wanted to see others succeed as in the ring. So he would do what he could to help people get there. And not to mention, he's probably as funny as this is, he's probably one of the better actors that have left the WWE and actually went on to act. Like he's hilarious in movies. He's actually really good at acting in movies. It's like, The Rock obviously made a lot of movies. He's still making a lot of movies, but Cena actually looks the part when he's playing these roles. It's like, it's pretty great.
Yeah. He's honestly a pretty bad actor in the ring.
Oh yeah. No, in the ring, he's terrible. Yeah. I'll go over some of mine. In mine have horrible in-ring ability too. And I'll go over some of those when we get to mine, which is coming up.
And I know we've already been going almost 45 minutes. I could talk all day about John.
I will,
man.
I'll run through mine pretty quick. So,
and I won't have as much to say about yours. They're more older anyway. So
correct.
But yeah, man, John, he was the guy when I was growing up. He was my favorite. It's hard for me to not just have him as number one. It's hard for me. He was that guy, and they did their job. They had me hooked. But yeah, that's my top 10. So now we're going to go ahead and get on with Brian's, aka Taco Cat. So I'll let you take it away, my friend.
So I went ahead and threw AEW a little bit of a bone here, because Kenny Omega, man, before AEW, I had seen maybe one or two Kenny Omega matches before watching AEW, before they were even created, and they were some of the greatest matches I've ever seen out in New Japan and on the indies and whatnot. And he hooked me completely just in his ability in the ring. At that point, I didn't even know what he was like on the mic until I started watching AEW when it first started. I watched pretty much I pretty much watched it weekly when it first started. And Kenny Omega is just one of those guys, he's a polarizing character. Kind of sucks that he's older now because he would have been a great WWE wrestler because of how good he was on the mic, how good he was in the ring. He would have been one of the top tier wrestlers in WWE if he'd ever went there. But now that he's so old, he'll never stay. He's going to stay in AEW until he retires, which is probably not far away. So, well, we can move on past him unless Carol's got anything to say about Kenny Omega. We can go
I
back.
got a little bit
you got
to say
something?
about.
All right.
Yeah, I got a little bit about. So the best yeah, he's phenomenal. I've
Yeah.
seen clips. I watched a YouTube like series about the Bullet Club and like how it started with Finn Balor, aka Prince Devitt, and so I learned a little bit of New Japan and Kenny Omega, the cleaner, right? He came in
Yeah.
phenomenal in worker, man. Oh my gosh, he's so good. I love the art. I love the true. He is the current world champion. Did he just
He
win it
did.
this
Yeah.
past,
Yeah.
right?
He just won it
Or had
recently.
he had it?
No, he just won it recently. He beat MJF for it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he's so good. And yeah. I mean, he's world champion like Carol said, and he's yeah, I don't have much more to say other than he's just phenomenal
Oh
worker,
yeah.
man.
He's
Really fun to
still good
watch.
today, but
Yeah.
and he's not really slowing down much. I mean, even as he gets older. So, but man, did he have some really just all timers, back
Yeah.
in the day. So, all
The
right, you
most
can move on.
protected move in all sports entertainment. The one-winged angel.
That's right, the one winged angel. That's right.
All right. All right, move
All
forward. Number
right,
9. All
I'll
right,
go
speak on
quick
it, my friend.
because yeah, I'll go quick because he was on yours, man. I had to put AJ Styles on here because just technically he was one of my favorite wrestlers in the ring. I'm a little upset I didn't put Kurt Angle in any of my list because Kurt Angle in my day was one of the best technically in the ring and was great on the mic, like great as a heel. But anyway, AJ Styles, man, he hooked me back in literally 2005. Okay, that's when he was in TNA in 2005, and he was wrestling Samoa Joe for the X Division Championship, and that is probably one of AJ Styles' best matches he's ever had ever. Was that match against, like, sometimes I'll go back and watch it because it was so good. The other one that rivals it is literally in New Japan, when he wrestled Shinsuke Nakamura.
Mm.
That match was freaking phenomenal in New Japan. Like, because I don't know, he's just technically he's great. I even love, honestly, when he came to WWE and he started feuding with Cena, and he did the whole let's beat up John Cena. You know what I love to do? I love to beat up John Cena, and he like that's all he would say. And he had a phenomenal match against him in 2018 or 2017. Phenomenal match against Cena. And then of course, let me just go on to the further on in Cena's retirement tour after he was done being a heel, and he wrestled AJ Styles, not knowing that was AJ Styles' retirement tour. Also, if you go back and watch that match was one of the most fun matches I think I've watched in a long time, just because they kept doing everybody else's finishers, and everybody was like calling out from the crowd like they want them to do a finisher, and like they would do it. Like they were chanting RKO, 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 and Cena would hit AJ Styles with an RKO, and it was just, I mean, the crowd would go nuts. I mean, that was one of the most fun matches, and almost one of the ones that's like easy to just go back and watch it. Go to YouTube and watch that that match. So yeah, I had to put AJ Styles on here.
Yeah. Real quick, I want to address this. Carol, I'm not going to watch All In because I can't afford that, but I'm definitely going to go watch that Will Ospreay Omega match. It's going to be phenomenal.
Oh
I
yeah,
just know it's going to be killer. And Wembley too. Oh
Ospreay's
my
great.
gosh.
Ospreay's great, man. He is fearless in the ring, man. That dude could do some stuff in the ring that I've never seen before. So,
And just wait for that pop once he beats Omega. Oh, it's going to be amazing.
He's gonna beat him too. I think
he has to. If he doesn't, that's crazy to me.
He has to win.
At this point, you don't need to go. Don't go for a swerve. I don't care if we expect it. It's going to be a phenomenal match. Let him get that pop. Let him win.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyway.
All right. We'll move on. R.I.P. Man. I had to put Eddie Guerrero in here, buddy. Yeah. Viva la raza, I
Viva
had to,
la
yeah,
raza.
I had to put Eddie Guerrero in here because Eddie, when I was watching, he was like a bridge for me. He was probably one of the first like true like heels that I absolutely loved from the get go. Like I loved him as a heel, and man, because before that, you had the Stone Colds and you had DX around the same time, and you had all these baby faces that you really loved, and so Eddie being just a snaky type heel, like him doing like he was like one of the first ones I ever saw do the like the chair shot against like the mat, and then he would throw the chair to the person, and then he would drop down and fake like he hit him, and he'd win matches that
The
way. Like
Guerrero spot. The
yeah,
Guerrero
yeah,
spot.
yeah, and then even he's done a few where if you go back and watch where he's done that, throws it to him, and then the other guy slaps it, then throws it back to him, and Eddie's like, what? He gets caught in the act, like just the way Eddie was in the ring and how he could like his just facial features, everything. Like Eddie was great, man. His life was cut too short. He would have been phenomenal if he was able to continue, to wrestle, but.
Yeah.
Love me some Eddie Guerrero. Had to give him some
Me
love
too,
here.
man. Me too. As I'm going back
Yeah,
through my list, I realized I left out some more than I wish I would have added.
I did too.
I mean, I like my list. It is what it is. There's just
I
that's what's
should have
crazy,
put.
man. There's just
Yeah, there's so many. I should have put CM Punk in my list because even though I'm not as high on him now, he was literally my number one favorite guy when he was wrestling
yeah.
back in the day.
Like
So I should have put him
I
in
mean,
my list.
I could have done the top 20 to be honest. Like
Yeah,
that's what's great. Like it's just there's
yeah.
so many, and that's like
Kurt
yeah,
Angle,
there's
Kurt
just so many.
Angle. Like I
Yep.
said, I missed him. So, but we'll move on. We'll move on to the 7. Oh, I did put him in there. Damn, I forgot. Okay. Yeah. Swerve. Okay.
Got him.
Got it. Yeah. No, okay. All right. I did put him in there. Man, you know what it was? I had someone else in here and I saw yours and I was like, I have to put Punk in there. I have to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Coming out in the
Lowriders
all the
was
time.
awesome. Yeah.
That's why I love when Dom comes out now in the lowriders. Man, love that stuff. But no, okay. So Punk. So I said a lot about Punk earlier, just because I actually forgot that I put him in here. I actually had Dolph Ziggler in the spot, which I love Dolph Ziggler, but he's not CM Punk, so I had to switch them out. So CM Punk's in here. I basically already said everything I need to say about him, so we can move on since we're running long
I
here.
appreciate you used two different Punk
Yeah,
pictures.
I did. Here we go. All right. I had to do it, honestly. He's probably the greatest heel in wrestling right now. I mean, that's arguable, but he probably is. MJF, the one thing, man, when he first came out in AEW, didn't know who he was. This prick from Staten Island type guy, he wears this damn scarf, and it's like, who is this guy? If you want someone that could shred someone on the mic, it's MJF. MJF is shredding you on the mic. Like, he is so good at what he does in the mic, and he's actually really good in the ring. Shockingly, he is very good at telling a story in the ring during the match. And what really hooked me on him was he cut what seemed like an unscripted pipe bomb he was vulgar in it because AW didn't care. They let him kind of go off. Where he called out, I almost said Nick Khan, but what is his name? The main guy for AEW,
Tony Khan?
Tony Khan. Yeah, I knew it was a Khan. I just couldn't think of it. When he called out Tony Khan, called him a mark, an effing mark, and he was like, literally they had to cut his mic off because he was like just ripping the business of wrestling. And it was like, it seemed so real and believable that he went off script on that. It was insane. But yes, MJF, he's the best snake in the grass in wrestling. That's the best way to put it. He truly is. He just is so, one of those guys that, like, if he was in WWE, everybody would know MJF. Everybody would know him. And everybody would either love him or hate him, depending on if you're a heel type person or a face. But if you're a face, you would absolutely hate MJF. Like, he is one of those guys that you love to hate,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I had to put him on my list. um, and we can move on.
All right.
Had to
Very relevant
had to
today.
very very relevant today. Um, I truthfully could put Kevin Owens at number one, uh, because there's so much I could say about Kevin Owens. To the fact that like a lot of people don't like. I know some of my friends don't like him because he's not their typical wrestler, right? He's not your typical build of a wrestler and all
Yeah.
that, but he can do everything that those wrestlers can do, in the ring. Like he has stamina that's as good as any of them, right? Can do some crazy stuff in the ring. That he is probably, in my opinion, one of the best that can do everything. He can be
Yeah.
a baby face. He can be a heel. He can be a bridge, like heel that's kind of a baby face. Like there's times where you're like, I'm not even sure what you are right now, but you're effing great. Like whatever it
Yeah.
is, you're doing great stuff. Like, and so today I don't, we don't. I mean, we're going long, so we'll probably have to, go pretty quick on it. But he returned today, for and had that neck injury that they said he may not wrestle again. And in 2 years, literally 2 years, he returns shockingly. Um, and whenever his music hit, I teared up. Like I literally teared up because he's one of my favorites of all time. And just everything that he does in the ring is great. And my God, I'll have to start watching SmackDown now because I'm gonna have to. It's been so bad I haven't even watched it. I've just been watching recaps, But I'm gonna have to start watching again because KO is gonna be feuding with Punk, and that is gonna be a phenomenal feud, like
Yeah.
unbelievable. Um,
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be so
all the
good.
stuff with Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho, like before he left to go to AEW, like that stuff with the list and him being his best friend and stuff. Oh my God, it's just so good. Every bit of it is good.
Yeah. And I mean, him and Sammy, their arc, like in just the whole, I mean,
Yeah, the whole
it never
saga
stops.
of him and Sammy, it'll never end, man. Like they're either good friends or they're hated enemies.
Yeah.
Like
I
you
have
know,
two, yeah, I got two quick ones and then we'll move forward. So 20 I think it was 16, the Monday night after SummerSlam when Finn had just beat Seth for the when they the world the Universal title when it
yep,
debuted, and they had the Fatal Four Way on Raw. I was in it. That's when I like got was like deep in back into it, and I
yep,
remember Triple H coming out, hitting the pedigree on Seth, and KO pinning him. Did
yep,
not think that was going to happen, and almost just I still remember seeing his face and just running over and pinning him. And then WrestleMania 39 when him and Sammy beat the Usos,
yeah, yep. That
night
was
one. I mean,
that was
oh
that was phenomenal work. That was peak of this era. That was peak. Like that whole WrestleMania 39 and them winning. I think it was 40, wasn't it 40? Maybe it was 39. It was the same year. It was the same WrestleMania that Cody finished the story on Roman. It's the same one. It was just night one. They won him on night
No, no,
one.
no. No, it
Mm.
was the year before that.
Was it the
39.
year? Okay.
Yeah, 39
Okay.
because they won night one. Night two, Cody lost.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I
And
got you.
then the next year is when Cody finished the story. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So
But either way,
yeah,
that was great. Yeah, that was a really good moment for them. And was pretty happy for him. Now I want him to
yeah.
win the freaking title again. It's been so long since he had a world title. I want him to win it,
Right?
but damn it, I mean, I don't know if they're going to let him beat Punk. So it's like, damn it.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, let's move forward here. Number four.
Shawn Michaels, man. I mean, I could talk all night about HBK. From when I first started watching him, it was like around the time that he, you know, turned his back, on his tag team partner and threw him through the barbershop window. One of the most
Mhm.
iconic turns on a partner ever in the history of wrestling, and he became this just absolute asshole of a heel at that time. Um, but I mean, when I really started to like love Shawn Michaels was obviously DX. When he joined up with Triple H and they made DX, he was hilarious. Like that. I mean, that was like peak, Shawn Michaels and just everything that he did. He was excellent in the ring, phenomenal in the ring. He was excellent on the mic. We can keep going further. He's excellent as a booker and creative in NXT. I mean, NXT is great, you know.
Yeah.
So like he's great for wrestling, and apparently he was an asshole backstage, and a lot of people hated him. Um, but he was he's definitely going to always be one of my favorites of all time. So that'll never
Yeah.
change.
Yeah. Cause I got old. I got old Shawn Michaels. Like, well, I say old. His second run when he came back in like
Oh yeah,
2023 or 2020,
yeah.
2003, and
Taker
when he
matches.
won at SummerSlam, the street fight with
Hmm.
Triple H,
Yep.
um, like all
That was
that.
that was
That was like
yeah,
for me, that was my Heartbreak Kid.
that was after DX and everything. So you got it was still great, man. That was still great HBK time. You know, he wasn't as much of an asshole or as funny because he was more serious when he came back. You know, like
Yeah.
he still was, but he was way more serious because he knew it was pretty much the end of the road almost. Like you know, the last few
Yeah.
years of his, you know, and his match with Taker and stuff when he basically, uh, you know, Taker basically retired him, and then. You know, when he retired Ric Flair, it was like those are some of the
I'm
greatest
sorry, I
moments
love
in
you.
wrestling. Yeah, it
I'm
was
sorry,
great.
I love
Such
you.
good stuff.
Yep.
Yep, yep. That should bridge us into here because I think number 3 is Ric Flair. I think. Yeah.
Perfect
Okay.
timing.
Yeah. So that bridges into Ric Flair. Um, you know, you had him on yours, but on mine, the reason I love Ric Flair is just he was hilarious in the ring. He was one of those that, you know, even his like over exaggeration of when he'd get hit and he would walk a couple of steps and then he'd fall, right? Like that kind of stuff caught me when I was younger as a kid. I was like, this stuff is hilarious. Like he's so
Yeah.
funny in the ring. The figure four was one of my favorite, you know, favorite submissions at that time. Um, really, honestly, even when he got older and he went to like TNA, and I mean, even when he went to TNA and he was like, uh, had like a feud with Jay Lethal, that whole skit where Jay Lethal is like trying to like be Ric Flair, and they're like, you know, going back and forth, and you
Yeah.
know, he always would elbow his, you know, his shirt or take off his jacket, and elbow his jacket, and you know, he's just he had one of those mentalities that like he didn't care, he would do anything in the ring to get a pop, you know, and whatnot, and so uh, another one of those wrestlers that wasn't very good in the ring, but he just
Yeah.
was very, very good at what he done, what he knew he was good at. Good on the mic. He was good at being that arrogant prick, especially early on. Like the old days of Ric Flair, he was that. I mean, that's what he was known for, was just being that arrogant
Hostiling,
prick.
profiling.
Right. Yeah. Yep. And you know, I go back and I see a lot of the old stuff, but I don't know him in the like 80s, like late 80s, early 90s Ric
Yeah.
Flair. Mine's more like late 90s, 2000s Ric Flair, which is a little bit, you know, older in his career, but
Yeah.
he'll always be one of my faves.
Yeah, he's awesome, man. I love him. All right.
Another RIP moment here for Mr. Bray Wyatt. When he was first on, like when they first came out with the, you know, with the Wyatt family. Yeah, there you go. Jay Lethal, and I think Ric Flair was his favorite. Oh, by the way, Obafemi also said that he derived his Oba walk off of the Ric Flair strut. So like Oba's strut, he used a little bit of it. Said he had to change it for his own, of course, but he used it as inspiration for the Oba strut. So that's kind of a cool thing. But anyway, yeah. So Bray Wyatt, whenever he first came out with the Wyatt family, you know, I may not have cared as much or liked him right then, but then as it started to go, and as you know, he started to get, you know, progress in the ring and whatnot. Bray is the reason why he's on my list is because they gave him full creative control of his own stuff to do his own stuff. And in this era, there's not very many that they allowed to do that, right? Like Vince McMahon very rarely gave, you know, just creative, here you go. You create your own stuff, you know. Like all his Firehouse you know, fun house, Firefly Funhouse stuff. That was all him. He made all that up. And you know, I don't know if you've watched the documentary on Bray Wyatt. I think it's on, I don't know, Netflix or something, or it's
I
somewhere.
have not.
But the
I have
documentary
not.
really goes into like everything, and he was just a super brilliant mind on what he did in the ring and outside the ring. And he's one of those that, like, if we would have if he would have stayed alive, I think he would have continued on to just do great things in WWE, and uh, it would have been, phenomenal. And
Yeah.
he's always my favorite. I didn't really care much for the Fiend stuff too much, but it was mainly because it's the way they booked him. But
Yeah.
ultimately, the Fiend, it was an okay character. I actually liked him when he was with the Wyatt family, like after about a year or so with the Wyatt family, and you just had the lights in the arena, and his
Mhm.
music is it's just, to me, his music is iconic now. And yeah, I mean, that's why he's up there.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Bray Wyatt. Just real quick, man. I very much like. I love the Wyatt family, even though they scared the crap out of me. But I loved them, and they were just fun, man. And yeah, I like Bray Wyatt a lot, and I'm glad he's on your list because I don't love that I left off of mine. But all right, man. Let's move on to your favorite. To probably
It'll
nobody's
all
surprise.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna just be like, well, this is probably everybody's favorite, so I'm gonna leave him off mine. No, I'm not gonna do that, because Stone Cold is and always will be my favorite of all time. I mean, that was literally like when I um started to I see that, yeah. He was great. He was great. So when I really dove in and started watching wrestling hardcore, right? It was right at the moment where it was King of the Ring, and Stone Cold did his whole, Austin 316 just whooped your ass or whatever, right? Like,
Yeah,
that whole skit after King of the Ring essentially, like, brought me into wrestling ultimately at that age. Like, I was 100% hooked on all wrestling, and it was because of Stone Cold Steve Austin. And they let them do so much crazy shit in the Attitude Era with Stone Cold, with visiting Vince McMahon, and in the damn hospital as a nurse, and then hitting him over the head with a bedpan, and just all the stuff that, like, Stone Cold, and honestly, I don't even know if it would have been as good if he didn't have the character of Vince McMahon to be his, like, main nemesis. Like, it made Stone Cold even better, because he would have still been one of the greatest, because once he developed the character of Stone Cold Steve Austin, it was like there was no turning back. He's going to be phenomenal. He's going to be great.
yeah,
And you know his matches. He's another one that in the ring he wasn't that good, but man, did he? Yeah. Oh, he was unbelievable on the mat, in the ring, or on the mic. He's one of. There's only one thing he did that I'll never forgive him for. All right, and that's creating the what, because it pisses me off to this day. Like, now I'm like, if there's a wrestler, like, I really want to hear their promo, like, I'm like, give them a chance. I want to hear this. You'll get people that'll what them and what, and I'm like, God damn it, Stone Cold. Why did you have to bring this? Why'd you have to bring this in? It was funny when he was doing it, right? But, like, the fact that the
yeah,
crowd still do it, it pisses me off, because there's, like, a lot of times I want to hear I want them to have the opportunity to cut a promo without getting fucking interrupted with what every two
yeah,
seconds. To that vein, I mean, you got to be able to do it too. You have to be able to get past the what if you're going to be good in a if you're going to be good at what
that's true.
doing it. So,
That's
but
true.
anyway,
Yeah, I mean, iconic, iconic. I get why he's most people's favorites. I just he was gone before I started watching, man. Like he
yeah,
was done. He was.
it's
It's kind of crazy. Got if you think about it, he was only really in it for like his prime for 4 years.
it was not long, man, and that's what's crazy is how good he was, and you only got him for like a handful of years, and
Yeah,
he's still one of the greatest, most polarizing characters in all of wrestling, and you had him for a very short amount of time, and he was
yeah,
so good in all of it. There was never a down year with Stone Cold. Like, he never had a down period in the entire time. Once he got the Stone Cold gimmick until he retired. He never had a down area. So I don't know who her number one is. You're gonna have to tell me because I don't know. I would think like Randy Orton, but you like old school, so I don't know. We're leaving off some really good ones too, man.
There's
Especially
some, I
like
mean, we could literally do
especially
maybe
older wrestlers.
maybe a video idea instead of just like a podcast stream is we do like a tier list.
Oh yeah, tier list would be
And
fun.
we pull together like all
You're gonna have to just tell me, Carol, because I don't know.
yeah.
I would think like I would say maybe Hulk Hogan. I don't know. Damn, I could put Scott Hall on my list. Like,
Yeah, we're definitely gonna
there's
have
so
to
many.
we'll circle back and definitely talk
Yeah.
about more wrestlers.
All right, tell me what it is, Carol. We'll move on, and you just tell me. Oh,
Oh yeah,
duh,
you already
FTR.
mentioned it earlier.
You did mention it, of course. It's FTR. They are great. They are a good tag team. They didn't do shit in WWE. They didn't book them right. But man, they were fun to watch in AEW.
Well, in WWE they weren't. In NXT, they were
Oh yeah,
phenomenal.
no. NXT they did great things in NXT.
Yeah.
But their prime is AEW. Once they got
For
in
sure.
AEW, they were so good. Yeah. So
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so how do you want to do this? We're already an hour and 12 minutes in. Do you want
I
to just
mean,
do like a quick, just
real
give
quick,
your
it ain't gonna take us long to get through this. I don't think because I'm not gonna like talk about all of it or go into
yeah.
what
And
is
I don't have
coming.
much to say
So
about it either. So
yeah, we can just run
we'll
through it real quick. And since
all
I kind
right.
of, I can kind of lead it a little bit here. So yeah, so Liv Morgan defeated Io Sky for the to retain her championship, which woo, okay. I mean, it's great. They had a phenomenal match though. That match was great. It was one of the best of the night. Um, finally, after 100 days or whatever it is, she finally defends the title. She hasn't defended it since WrestleMania, but to be fair, that's not really her fault. I mean, if creative's not gonna
Terrible booking.
book her or anything, it's like, how do you? Everybody blames her, and it's like it's the creative team. Like they're the ones that say, okay, hey, you're gonna have a title match tomorrow.
Yeah, she
Or
doesn't
at this
write the
pay-per-view.
script.
No, she doesn't write it. So it's like, I
Yeah.
can't really blame her. But this was a great match. So it was fun to watch.
Yeah, you put Leo and Iv. You put Liv and Io in a ring together, they're gonna do great things. So
Yeah, they looked like wrestling soulmates in that ring.
yeah.
They just put on magic. So it was great.
I did like the final spot of the blocked oblivion
Yep.
going into it, and then she hits her. Oh God, what she hit her with? She hit her with something into the oblivion, but I can't remember what it was.
Yeah,
I don't remember what happened, but but she got her good. I really enjoy that final spot. All right, moving
Yep.
forward. I do have
I
notes on
mean,
this one.
yeah, this one, it's like, it was fun, man. It was a fun match. I know a lot of people are getting kind of soured on the bloodline. They're just like, God dang, man, we just keep doing the bloodline stuff. And LA Knight he's just in a bloodline vortex at this point. Can't get out of it, But the highlight of this entire match, Solo. Solo Sikoa is the highlight of this match. I don't care who won. It doesn't matter.
I don't know if you
None of
can
that matters
read
to
this.
me. And I love you got. I can't read it, but you got Solo as your notes.
It says I love
Oh
Solo.
yeah. So that was the greatest thing that they've done is let Solo just be Solo. Let him go out and be himself, and he looks like he's having fun out there, man. And I don't know if you went back and rewatched the match or not, but
Not the full match, but I watched highlights.
yeah. So you saw the highlight. The best highlight was freaking Solo running it back and eating right in front of Jay, and then even the small stuff like he power slams freaking Jacob and then does Jacob's twitch thing, and Jacob's right behind him. It's like this. He's hilarious, man. His facial features and just everything he does, he's hilarious. And they need to shoot him to the freaking moon.
This
now.
might be a hot take,
it.
but I think he's my favorite of the three.
That's not a hot take at all, in my opinion.
He's
great.
really grown on me, man.
And LA Knight's good, man. LA Knight's probably should at some point be champion. Like the crowd wants it, people want it, I don't know if he'll ever get there. I don't know if they'll ever actually book him as champion. There's only one spot or two spots at the top, and you know, I mean, when is it ever going to happen, right? Like every year, everybody's like, well, we want LA Knight to win the Money in the Bank, because that's like his only chance to win the title, in my opinion, is like a Money in the Bank situation. But anyway, no, this was great. The match wasn't a bad match, and the highlight of the night, Solo Sikoa.
Yeah, literally, I put he's killing me, and the mocking of Jay is funny, is killing me. So good.
He mentioned that he loves being able to make fun of his brothers out there. Like
exactly.
He said it's so much fun to just make fun of your brothers on live TV. Like when he was doing the pew 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 to his warning shot, he said he made that all up on the spot because he's like, it's easy to just make fun of my brothers, and I just thought of it and I made it up. So great, man, so great. She wants LA
Hey, I'm
Knight
with
as
you on
champ.
that, Carol. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I feel like his time's passed now, which sucks. Like there's
I know.
better stars that are going to come through that are hotter.
Yeah.
They should have, but it was in the middle of the bloodline stuff, and it's just he got hot at the wrong time. That's what happened, and it sucks.
Yep. All right,
moving forward.
I actually loved this match, man. I loved this match. It was a great match. This was one of the more fun matches just because I knew what Nick Aldis or Magnus was all about in the ring. Like I knew he was good in the ring. He's like a more old school wrestler. The way he moves in the ring is more like an old school wrestler. And I watched him back in TNA days. So I remember he was back in the TNA days with AJ Styles and all of them, right? I mean, he was good, man. He was great. Great comeback. The crowd was into it hardcore. The crowd kept chanting, "You still got it. You still got it." You could tell he had passion in that ring, for it. I'm a little pissed off that they just gave him back his general manager duties. I thought he was going to keep wrestling, but maybe he didn't want to. Maybe he just wanted to come back for one match, just to see if he still got it, scratch the itch a little bit, right?
Yeah.
But
and it gave
the right person
here.
No, and the right person won. Like you weren't going to have Nick Aldis. Hell, Nick Aldis won just being in the match and putting on a good show. He already won ultimately, but Gunther needed to win that. There was no reason for him not to. It would have just killed his momentum. So.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. I don't have much to say other than the turn at the end.
Yeah, big snoozer.
Which is terrible. Like I feel bad, but
it's a big snoozer. I didn't really care too much about this. And I do love Fatal Attraction. Fatal Attraction. That's what they were before. That was Mandy Rose had the faction. It was Fatal Attraction.
Oh yeah,
with JC Jane. But Fatal Influence. I do love them. I'm glad that they're champions. I do not care about the Bella Twins. I never did. I never did when they were like relevant, and I don't now. Yeah. And the Bella Twins have had so many heel turns. It's like, okay, we knew it was coming. The only thing
it's like
that sucks about this is I think, yeah, right. They're the female version of the Big Show. Just heel turn every 2 years or every year, The only good thing, and it kind of sucks because I don't think they're going to do it now because it looked like Brie Bella like hurt her shoulder and she might be out for an extended period of time. But I think the original deal here was the Paige was going to get AJ Lee to tag with her to go against the Bellas, which would have been cool just to see Paige and AJ together. I don't know if they're going to do it now that Brie's hurt, so that might be off the table, but we can move past it. There wasn't much to this match. Other than Fallon Henley doing the Bella dance. That was pretty great. She's just pretty great. Okay, well, I mean, this match, phenomenal match, man. They put on a good show. You got two of the best in the business right now in the ring. It's going to be a good match, right? And they put on a good show. Other than yeah, right. Yeah, they're just meh. Like, who cares? We don't need Bellas in 2026 at this point. Like, we don't need them. But anyway,
yeah.
The only bad spot about this is Punk did a sunset, not a sunset flip. He
the moonsault spot.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did the moonsault off the rope and just completely missed Cody. Now Punk's good enough that he like played it off and he was like don't show that replay. Like he said that in the middle of the match. He was like, don't
Yeah.
show that replay. He kind of laughed it off. But other than that, I mean, the biggest spot here was Randy coming back. Randy coming back and RKO and Cody got the biggest pop of the night probably. You know, anytime you got Randy in there, I believe that they will build this correctly with Randy and Cody, and it's actually going to be good. Like this is going to be good. They're going to have time to build it. We're going to get good stuff. I really hope they go old school a little bit with this, like because Cody's got like red carpets and all that stuff for Street Fighter. So I hope that they go further beyond just the ring and promos and stuff. Like I want Randy to like I want to attack him at like the red carpet, or I want him to do some shit, like he comes out of a limo or something and Randy like RKO's him on the concrete or slams his arm into the door or something, and I don't know. I just want something else to happen outside of the ring, not just promos, because I think that we can get like vicious Randy here against Cody, or Cody goes heel and we get Cody more, because I don't know how they're going to do this, because I know they want Randy as the heel, but no one's going to go for it. Everybody loves Randy.
Do they?
No, everybody loves Randy. The pop he got.
No. I'm saying, do they want it to be a Randy heel?
No, I don't know.
Maybe
hopefully not.
I could see it being blurring the lines the whole way.
Yeah, it could be, and it could be on the verge of a Cody heel turn because it's coming. It's going to happen at some point. Cody is
maybe
a
double turn.
Could be a double turn. We'll see.
Cody punts Randy, and that's how the match ends, and it turns into a double turn.
There you go.
They work the rematch. I hate fantasy booking, so I don't want to say that. We don't need to do.
I know. Well,
I could do this all day.
I think this goes longer than another match. Honestly, I think that they just keep fighting.
It's going to be a triple.
This is going to go on. This might go all the way to the Rumble. Honestly, like it's going to go a long time. So,
to be honest, I could see it being 3 and then finishing at Mania.
Yeah, I could see that.
No, Cody's going to win the title at Mania. We all know that. Anyway, we'll move forward.
No, he's not. He might. He probably will.
He might. Let's be honest.
He might. Yeah, well, he probably will. But he's the John Cena of this era, man. He's just going to keep winning titles every Mania.
No, we're finally going to get Roman Rock, right?
It is in Saudi, so likely that's going to happen. But they better start building it at some point. Like, No, if they get, okay. So obviously, one of the more like we knew this was coming. Like we knew who was going to win this match. Here's my 2 cents on it. If this did not have Hell in a Cell and it was just a match, but it was the exact same choreography as a hardcore match, this would have been the best of their 3 by far. Like it would have been the best of the 3. But because they wanted to sell tickets, they made it a Hell in a Cell. Even Paul Heyman was like, saying it was going to be so violent. It was going to be this. It was going to be that. This was like the least violent Hell in a Cell match I think I've ever watched. Like they barely used the cage. They used a little bit of spots here and there.
The ending.
And even the ending, I think Oba missed. He was supposed to do the fall from grace on the wood, and I think he missed. I think he turned him because it looked like when he brought him up, he was going to, but then he turned. Yeah. And then hit it, and it was like, and then you saw Brock looked over at the wood, like almost like shit, we missed the spot, Okay,
I was going to say, unless Brock made the call in the match, like, hey, I can't take this spot.
He could have, but the way that Brock looked over right after he hit the mat, he looked over and realized they didn't hit the wood, so I think it was a miss. But either way, because ultimately one of those probably shouldn't have put Brock away technically. But on the wood, it would have made more sense. Like, okay, it put him away because he did it on the wood.
Yeah.
Now Brock doing the tombstone and then doing the spot with the Undertaker with the tongue out. I was like, I didn't expect that shit. That was great.
Can't read it again. Like I said, my only note is
I love the Undertaker shout out. Yeah, and he did it twice because he did whenever Oba put him in the first fall from grace and got the 2 count. Brock, stood up, or not stood up, but like, lifted up just like the Undertaker and then kicked him in the face, And so he had two homages to the Undertaker in that match. And it was, so that was pretty cool to see. But other than that, I mean, Oba was the rightful winner. I do love the fact that like he came back in and basically said, "I'm the past, you're the future, go get it," and then just walked
Yep.
out. No shenanigans, nothing. Just we're seeing the future right now in Oba.
Yep.
Everybody wants him to be champion. Like now, I don't think if they don't actually get The Rock, then I think it's going to be Oba and Roman, and I think Oba wins. I think he beats Roman. I mean, I know we're fantasy booking here, but I think Oba beats Roman at Mania to win his first title.
Yeah.
Because I don't see them, and I actually go further back. I think Oba's winning the Rumble. They usually don't like giants and stuff winning the Rumble because they usually don't, but Oba's different. I think Oba's the
Yeah.
rightful one to win.
I mean, do you have him beat the elimination record? Like,
I think you should. I think he should. I
he
thought he
would have
should have
to
this past Rumble,
he
honestly,
would have
in
to
his first
eliminate
showing.
half the field. He'd have to eliminate 15.
I mean, I think that he could do it. Like, and they could make it look legit. I mean, look at him. I mean, he's already dominant. And here's the thing: most guys that get pushed, like skyrocketed, and they're trying to really force them on you, most guys don't do as well. I mean, they tried to force John Cena at first, and it didn't go over as well. They tried to force Roman,
Roman.
and that was awful, terrible. Like it was
Yeah.
anybody they force, that WWE forces and says you're going to like this guy, it never works out. But Oba's the anomaly. Everybody loves him. They don't give a shit. They want to see him on their TV. They want him on TV as much as possible. They want him to win, the matches. They want him to be booked well. I'm just nervous for the booking on him from now until
Yeah.
the Rumble because I have no idea what he's going to do.
You can't
if
make
it was
I mean,
because if he's not going to win the title until Mania, yeah, it was not exactly. It wasn't great. As far as Hell in a Cell matches, wasn't great, right? Like I expected someone to have color. Someone needed color. There needed to be some blood. That's just Hell in a Cell, man. I mean, anyway, I don't need to say. I was disappointed in the match. But Oba, I think that maybe even put him in War Games. Maybe he's a shocking like fifth member in War Games or something. For one of the sides, for the side with LA Knight and Solo Sikoa and all them up against the Bloodline, because then that kind of
I mean
bridges
that'd be a
in. Good segue for Oba to because you'd get an Oba and Roman kind of face off in the War Games, but it wouldn't be like you wouldn't get exactly what you want, but you get a little taste, right? So that would be cool, and that
stare down.
obviously puts him up with the main event, in the time being for Survivor Series. Then you just got to figure out what the hell you're going to do with him until you get to Rumble, and then the Rumble does its own work, and then after that, I mean, if they have him win the Rumble, they should be able to book him. Let's put it that way. It's all the little shows in between. It's like, what are we going to do with him? We
The
just
dead
keep having
period.
he's just going to is he just going to squash people the whole time? Because obviously he's not going to get beat by anybody unless it's like I don't know, disqualification or some shit like that. But he's not going to get beat.
Yeah, so that's the last for night one.
Yeah.
Do we want to do a quick recap of night two?
I can just go over them and just
overall thoughts.
Yeah, I'll go over them really quick just because we don't have a slide for it for night two. But basically, it started out with Sami Zayn and Finn Balor in the ring, and then Nick Aldis comes out and he's like, "I'm the GM again, and I need to make sure that things are called down the line, and so it's only fair that I add another participant." And so then Gunther's music hits, and everybody's like, "Oh shit, okay, you added Gunther. Gunther's pulling double duty now. Great, okay, cool." And then he's like, once Gunther gets in the ring, Nick Aldis is still out there, and you're like, "What's going on here?" And he's like, "Oh, I didn't say only one. I said I think we should make this a fatal four-way." And then he said, but we need one more participant. And he, kind of backs out of there, and then freaking Kevin Owens music hits, and I'm in fucking tears over here, like. Just there was people in the crowd were in tears. He had if you go back and watch it again, literally the loudest pop of the entire night, 100% the loudest pop. You couldn't even hear his music because the pop was so loud for him. So that was awesome. And then of course him winning, he was the rightful choice. I said it was either going to be Kevin Owens or Gunther that wins it. And I'm so glad that Kevin Owens, they let him win, because Kevin Owens and CM Punk is going to be a phenomenal feud. They will
Yeah.
they will crush each other on the mic, and it's going to be great.
Hmm.
And so that's going to be great. Um, Thoughts on that, real
Yeah,
quick?
I love Kevin Owens, man. He's so fun. I think it's going to be a really fun feud, and I'm interested to see where they take it, to be honest. I can't wait.
It's going to be great, man. It was a good match too. It was pretty short. I think it was only like 8 minutes or something, so it really wasn't that long of a match. That's the only gripe I would give, is it needed more. It needed more time, because it was a
Yeah.
great match.
Yeah.
Next match was Baron Corbin and beating Trick Williams for the United States title. Little indifferent about it, because I've never really cared much for Baron Corbin. He just never has done anything for me. Doesn't really. I don't get any vibes, from him, and he's just
That's
kind of
fair.
meh. And Trick Williams is great. He doesn't necessarily need the title, I don't think, because Trick Williams is going to be good on the mic. He's good in the ring. He's the future. He doesn't necessarily need it right now. He's going to win another title in his career. Like,
Yeah.
he's not one of those that I have to worry about going down the line. And in fact, he's going to be probably really good chasing it, chasing the title. So, and he'll probably win it back from Corbin at some point.
And
But
it's a feel good story with Corbin too. I mean, like
it is,
I
yeah,
I, I
it
like
is.
Corbin. I really liked him with Braun in NXT. I
No,
really
that was
liked
fun.
them.
That was his best, in my
So
opinion. That was Baron Corbin's best like stint in
either that
WWE,
or
was
like
when he was with Braun.
yeah, either that or the Lone Wolf was good. I liked the Lone Wolf a lot.
Lone Wolf was also really cool. I actually love the old Lone Wolf music. That was his best music
Yeah,
too, like
yeah.
entrance music.
I don't know. There's something
So
about the end of days. That move's just so fun to see. Like it hits so hard.
it is a
It's one of
fun
my
move,
favorite
man.
finishers.
It is a fun move to watch. I just wish that he had more character. I guess I don't know. There's just
Yeah,
something missing with him. He's just kind of blah, in my opinion.
that's
I'm
fair.
kind of
That's
with Carol
understandable.
there. Just never been a fan. But okay, so moving past that, next was the interim women's championship ladder match. There was a couple of spots that were like didn't really hit, but it wasn't a bad match. I don't think. I mean, it was a pretty good ladder match. Um, Outside of like it being a ladder match and being fun, and really just all these tough spots to watch where they're hitting the ladder and stuff. Um, just the winner alone is the reason why I loved this match. Is they finally let Chelsea Green win a world title, and my God, if there was ever anybody other than one more person that also won tonight that ever deserved a title, it's Chelsea Green. Like, Chelsea Green
Yeah.
has done everything for the company, and she'll do anything for the company. Like, it's like, I'm just so glad. And I called it because I was like, I don't think that WWE would ever give her an actual world championship run. So, what better way to do it than an interim championship run where she'll be the champion up until Rhea gets back, and then they'll have a match to unify it, and Rhea will beat her, and we'll move on, right? I mean, Chelsea
Yeah.
doesn't care. She'll do anything for the company. She wants to be the first Money in the Bank winner that doesn't cash it in correctly. It's unsuccessful cash in. Like, she has said that she wants to be that one, that person. So
The first
she
woman.
literally will. She'll do whatever,
Yeah.
whatever for the company, and I love this spot, man. She got probably the second biggest pop of the night. Was her winning. Like, everybody was
Yeah.
chanting her name, and it was well deserved. Well deserved.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Any thoughts?
Yeah. I didn't watch the match. I love Chelsea Green. She's so funny. Um, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like Tiffy too. A lot. But yeah, I she deserves it, man. She, like you said, she'll do anything for the company. Um, she literally is like, I don't care. If I'm on TV, that's what matters to me. So like that's
Right.
awesome to me. Like it's really cool. Oh yeah, Red Sox beat the Dodgers 8-4, baby. Let's go.
That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah.
Um,
That's a
but yeah.
sweep, baby. When I get off here, I'm gonna have to talk shit to my son because he's a Dodgers fan. So I'll have to talk shit to him. I've talked shit to him every day this week
Yeah,
because we swept him, but that's nice.
it's
Okay,
good.
so next match, literally, I don't even need to talk about worst match in SummerSlam history, in my opinion. The damn money's on a pole match with Danhausen and Dominic Mysterio. I'm just so upset at what they're doing with Dom. They actually got some. you know, dirty, dirty Dom, chants going on in the crowd,
Yeah.
trying to get that back revived. Because like a year ago, he was one of the probably best heels in the company. Like
Yeah.
getting booed out of the fucking arena, like just one of the best. And what they've been doing with him is just it's deplorable, is what it is. It's just awful.
Yeah.
Yes, you're correct. She has worked for it.
Agreed. Agreed,
But
Carol.
it was awesome. Awesome. It was awful. It was terrible. The match was stupid. There wasn't anything special about it that, yeah, Joe Hendry came down. I feel bad for Joe Hendry even having to be involved in this. Like, just sucks, man. I think it sucked all around. So anyway, unless you guys need to say, I'm just gonna move past that one.
Nah, I don't have any much to say, really.
Okay. Um, Intercontinental Championship. Chad Gable winning his first title ever, first individual title in his hometown in front of his family. That was great. It was definitely one of the matches that was very easy to predict. Like everybody knew Chad was winning this in his hometown, and but they put on a great match as I expected. Gable's one of the better technicians in the ring, and he's phenomenal. Penta
Yeah.
is great in the ring, so they put on a good show and well deserved for Chad Gable. He definitely needs it. Now let's just hope that they do him right and give him a good title run.
Yeah. I'll probably go back and watch that match
It's a good
tomorrow
one.
because that's
It's worth it.
that's one I want to watch.
I'd say that one, and it won't take you long to watch the Fatal 4-Way. You should watch it if you
Okay.
haven't, like
Yeah.
those two. And then I mean, the last match of the night, the Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, actually a phenomenal match. I actually will go back and watch it because I was a little preoccupied at the end. And so like the last like 5 minutes or 10 minutes of the match, I wasn't paying full attention, but
Yeah.
man, did it look good. Like there was storytelling in it. And it was a phenomenal match. The right person won that match. As much as some people don't want Roman to continue to be champ, I'm sorry, he's going to be champ till Mania, and that's not going to change.
Yeah.
Um, that won't change at all. I do think he'll lose it at Mania because he's not going to go on another 1,000-day run or nothing. He's pretty much close to the end of his run because he wants to make more movies and spend time with his family and all that stuff. So I think he's going to give a little bit more than what he normally gives up until Mania, and then I think he's going to be done. So,
Yeah.
and the arc that he's going on, this right here did wonders for him because it showed that he is the greatest probably wrestler of this generation, of this era. And the only thing that was holding him back, as I said at the very beginning, was the fact that he did not, back then when he was on his 1,200 streak day or 1,300, whatever, every win was someone interfering, and he couldn't do it on his own and all that stuff. And now he's starting to do that, right? Even though the bloodline is still technically joined together, they're not interfering in any of his matches, which is what the right thing to do. At this point, he's winning the way he should. Beat the only guy that he hasn't beaten at this point, other than Oba, because they haven't wrestled yet. Which I'm sure that gets brought up with him saying that you beat everybody, but you haven't beat me, kind of thing. Like that's
absolutely.
coming. That's coming.
Cliche, but it fits.
I'm the only thing about SummerSlam I'm a little bit upset about is that you've got an up and coming guy like Braun Breaker that didn't make the card, like because he's in a damn tag team championship with freaking Austin Theory, and he's in a dead Vision. It's like I hope that Bronson Reed comes back soon, and something happens with Vision. Like he comes back, but he's not with them, right? Like or him and Braun feud. Like that would be a great feud between those two. But I'm a little upset that Breaker wasn't in SummerSlam at all. Should have been. But hell, who knows? Maybe Breaker's one of the next people that Roman can feud with, at least up until Mania or something like that. I don't know, because he's going to have some opponents that he's never faced before.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
I'm interested to see where it goes. I'm hoping this show will kind of propel a more hot, moving forward into a more hot zone for WWE.
It's got to help a little bit. I mean, after watching this, you got to be somewhat excited about where we're going, a little bit. And
Yeah.
then of course with KO back and with Randy back on SmackDown. I mean, SmackDown. If Drew McIntyre ever comes back to SmackDown, my God, they will be so overloaded with talent that SmackDown should be the best show on television, like out of any
Yeah.
show. And right now without them, it's one of the worst. Like even CM Punk and Cody wasn't able to by themselves wasn't able to make SmackDown worth watching.
Yeah.
Um, but anywho, I know we're running way long. We got to figure out how to make these
Yeah.
not as long.
I think
I
an
don't
hour and a
care.
half really isn't that bad. Like an hour and a
Yeah,
half time, I think is okay.
and I really don't care. I mean, we don't put a limit on this. It's not like, okay, we're only an hour every single time we go.
Yeah.
We can leave it open ended, at this point. And just
Yeah.
but we'll
It
work on that.
just depends
So
what the topic
and
is. Yeah.
and Carol being with us the entire time is insane.
Awesome.
She's been
Yeah. Thank
she's
you,
been
Carol.
been with us an hour and 40 minutes. That's thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
We'll
I'm
remember
gonna
you.
work on.
uh,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say we'll remember you as the first one in our live when we're
That's
when we're
true.
doing this, a while down the road. So I appreciate that. Yeah. And
Well,
and
thank
and
you, Carol.
obviously going forward, we're just going based off feel of what's going on, like in the world. I mean, this could be an all sports one, once we get into football season, depending on what's happening that week. So
Yeah.
we don't know. It's just going to be a little bit of anything and everything. And since it was SummerSlam, we went all wrestling today.
Yep. Well,
Roman Roman
I,
Reigns shirts. See?
it's awesome. I don't have a WWE shirt on right now, but I think I have a Jey Uso Yeet shirt in
So
my
there you
room right
go.
now.
There you
Then I got a Rhea Ripley shirt again.
go. No yeet. No yeet.
Neither of which are y'all, or I guess Jay lost and Rhea's hurt. But yeah, well, I very much enjoyed it. And if you're watching this later, or you're listening on Spotify, um, appreciate y'all being here.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Carol.
Carol,
That's
for the.
awesome.
We appreciate that, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. All right. Well, for that all being said, my name is Edward. That's Brian, aka Taco
This is
Cat.
this is Kevin. He had
Then
to
you got
show up.
Kevin.
Yeah, yeah. That's the inspiration
Hi, Kevin.
behind the Taco Cat.
That's awesome. Well, again, thank you, Carol, for joining us. Thank you. I saw at one point we had 4 viewers, so we
Hey,
got
there
up
you
there
go.
for a little bit.
Got some
So
people in.
uh,
That's good.
it's our first time doing it live. Again, we'll probably cut it a lot shorter in the future, but yeah, just be on the lookout. I'm gonna start making some Facebook pages, some social media pages. I got the logo. That's the logo up in the top left-hand corner there. Um, yeah, maybe I can here at the end of the stream. I can maybe pull it up. Let's see here. Made a logo. Now I'll have it ready for the next one. But
Okay.
um,
Yep. All right. Thanks, Carol.
all
We'll
right. Well,
yep. We'll see you next
this
week.
was this was the last real podcast. We've enjoyed having a good time, and hopefully we have some more people come on through. But if not, it'll be me, Brian, and Carol talking about whatever's going on. So,
That's right.
with that
That's
being
right. Yeah.
said, this is the last real podcast, and appreciate every single one of y'all that was here, the single one of you that was here, and yeah, thank y'all. So, with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and take it on out.